Howdy peeps and welcome back to the channel. And this is a video I've actually been asked to do by a couple of guys. No worries, Nige. There were a couple of others that asked as well, and it's a question that comes up regularly, and that is painting white. Now generally I tend to use the UMP Ultimate Primer, the white. I also use Tamiya white, Model Air white when I had some, and a similar thing applies with all of them. The main thing is mix it well and apply it in thin coats and build the colour up. Don't go flooding it all on like you can with the Ultimate Black or Grey primers, or the Gloss Black even. I mean, that's just one coat of the black, just hose piped on there pretty much. Goes on there, covers, self levels. White has always been a tricky colour to paint. It's due to the way the paint actually is. It's very, it's not very opaque. It is quite see-through. Colours underneath it do show up quite a lot. So you need plenty on there, and as you're spraying it on you think, well, that's not covering, I'll spray a bit more, and then it goes pear-shaped. So first thing to do, get your paint and give it a damn good shake. When you think you're shaking it enough, shake it for a bit more. If in doubt, and this is one of those tools that everyone should have, this is the Badger paint stirrer. Other companies make one. There's one available that's identical, it just doesn't say Badger on it. Trumpeter make one. There's probably a few others I've not noticed. Just in time for someone to fire up a motorbike outside. Go on, beggar off. There you go. It just runs off a couple of AA batteries. Best 12 quid you'll ever spend. You can use a coffee stirrer, but I think the ends on those are a bit big and you might have to perform some kind of surgery to get them to fit inside the bottle. Anyway, this I have given some abuse with the Badger paint stirrer. It's been sat there for a minute or so, so I'll give it another shake. And I'm using this primer as a top coat on these wheels, which are for the Calsonic Skyline. They're supposed to be white, so we'll paint them white. Now if you're thinking, well, the wheels were white, it's a white primer, why did you prime them grey? As you can see, primed grey. Bring it up a bit further. That's mainly just so I can see where the paint's gone. If you're trying to paint something in the same colour that it already is, it can be quite tricky to see exactly where you've painted and where you've missed. Oh, we've got a twist in the airbrush lead. So it's been well shaken. We're just going to add a few drops of primer in there. Actually, I'll add a bit more and hopefully I'll be able to show you what happens when you puddle it on. I'll grab a paint mule for that. And we're building it up slowly. Let me just sort that out so I can actually stick them in there as they dry. Again, you don't necessarily want to be doing this on top of your cutting mat. I'm doing it this way just so you can see. First of all, we'll check it's spraying properly. Yeah, that'll do. I mean, you might be able to see I've got hardly any pullback on the trigger. It's going around the edge. Bit over the spokes. Now we'll do the back edge as well. I won't be so committed without the back edge because it's not really visible. We'll pop that up there to dry. That's the first coat. These are going to get however many coats like that it takes to achieve a good coverage. So it may be 2 or 3 coats, it may be 6 or 7, but so the other thing I have found with the white primer is that if you are spraying it over a different colour, the grey primer, it does lay a lot easier. I'm getting bubbles in the airbrush, which tells me I've got some tip dry, so I'll just pop the needle cover off, get rid of the dried paint on the needle, because although the temperature has dropped here over, well, since yesterday, it's pretty warm outside, well, it's pretty cool outside, but obviously the house has built up heat, so it's still fairly warm up here, and paint is still drying a bit quicker than we'd like. And I'm out of shot, but I am putting these into my block of Oasis in order, so when I come to do the second coat, I am grabbing the one that's the driest rather than putting another coat straight on top of the one I've just done. So there we go, and we can go back to the first one now. That will be virtually dry, if not cured dry. It won't be wet enough to puddle on us, let's put it that way. And yep, we've got a bit more tip dry. I'll leave the actual crown cap off now. Once it's done it a couple of times, as I say, it can be annoying, but it's no real hassle to sort it out. And we go back to the back side. Job done. Maybe another coat on the top, just to make sure. That's gone a bit wet, but should be able to get away with it. So if you notice you do get a run or anything starting to happen, stop spraying that area. Don't try blowing air on it to dry it or anything like that. Just leave it, let it dry. And the worst thing you'll have to sort out is you might have to sand a bit of a high spot or a weird patch of primer. Nothing too tricky. Yeah. And repeat until you're happy with how it looks. Now you've got a good coverage. Now we're going to need well, let's go with, I should try and wire well it's sharp. Most of it's sharp over the violet, won't it? So if we were spraying this as though it was the black or the grey primer, which I think most people do go wrong, because you can really puddle that on. And this is about how I would spray my black or grey primer. And we're out of paint. Now I just nip that needle off and pop the needle cap back on. I'm not going to clean the airbrush out right now, but I will just dunk a bit of cleaner in there just to make sure nothing sets too solid in there. Bashing the camera about. If I bring that up, smack, bang, wallop, if it'll actually focus on it, you can see it's puddled and pulled, and if you go any wetter than that, it will fisheye really nice. I mean, you can see nearer the wingtip there are a few fisheyes starting to develop. It's pulling away from any recessed detail and pulling up on itself, which is what it will do if you spray it too wet. So there you have it, how I spray white paint. It's really not that difficult, it's just a case of taking your time, having a bit of patience with it. Throw that over there out the way. I'll say there we go. Hope that sorts out any issues that people have been having with it. So now, yep, don't paint your fingers white, or you're cutting mats, right? So yeah, shake it up well. When you think you're shaking it enough, shake it a bit more. If you've got a Badger paint stirrer or whichever brand, use that. Spray it on light, thin coats and gradually build the colour up, and you'll have no problems. So, thanks for watching, hope it helped. Have fun, enjoy your modelling, rock on, peace out and bye bye.